I told you earlier, no?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I think whether it's, a Christian, non-Christian believer or not, I think you've got to pay very close attention to their behavior. If you really listen, and this is something that has taken me my whole life to learn, especially, when it comes to even social media, whenever you're in a conversation with people, whenever you're reading a post on Facebook, whenever you're texting somebody back and forth and they just text you out of the blue, the question you need to get in the habit of asking yourself is, what does this person want me to see? What are they wanting me to see right now? They're sending me selfies constantly. What do they want? Why are they doing that? Or they say these repetitive statements all the time. Why do they want me to hear that? Because there are psychological reasons and roots behind people repeat behavior, repeat words. People send selfies. I mean, that's why social media is the way it is. But if you can keep in mind that I'm constantly going to ask myself, what are they wanting me to see? Why do they have this attitude? Why are they acting flamboyant? Why are they talking over me when I'm trying to get a word in? What are they trying to show me? Because that's where you find out who they really are. That'll help you pick apart their personality and get a really good profile on what makes them who they are.
That's real deep. What do you think, Lo? What is some advice you would give to her?
Are you single? Married?
Yeah, I'm divorced.
She's single
Okay.
Oh.
on the rocks.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. For me, like, now that I'm dating, for me, what I look for is consistency. But as far as when you're picking somebody or dating somebody, I should say, it's just like, how do they treat you throughout the day? Right? And how are they with you when they're around their friends? It's kind of just like almost really deciphering them when it's not just y'all two. Because he can be one way with you, and then the next way when you're around people, he's completely different. So I think it's really just observing. Like, I observe a lot of people.
Yeah.
And because especially when I'm around new people, I will observe them because I want to know, are they even somebody I want to associate with? Right. So I really just think it's more of like observing, how does he talk to his mom? How does he talk about his mom? How does he talk about his family? How does he talk about his friends? But if you're able to really build like that friendship connection as well, that's a really big plus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask, why do you think 50%, more than 50% of marriages end in divorce?
I think it's like lack of communication. I think you never stop growing in marriage. And I mean, this is just my opinion. You never stop growing, especially a woman, a man. They're always growing, right? They're trying to get to the next level in their career, or they're trying to build their family and whatever the woman is, but she'll never stop growth, right? For me, that's what it was. And I just think that sometimes you either grow apart or the other person doesn't want you to grow. They want you to be the exact same person that they married. And it's like, well, I'm that person, but I'm elevated. And it's like, you don't like me now because I have a bigger vocabulary, or so you know what I mean? Like, you just grow. And so I mean, I just think that plays a part in it.
What do you think? What do you think?
I think, and I know where you're coming from. I don't agree. I think the biggest detriment to any marriage, especially a first marriage, and especially if you're talking about, people 25, 18 to 25 and they're getting married. I'll tell you from a man's perspective that for the most part, and this is a generalization, but I think it's true, most